There's a clear legacy of partnership here, going back over a century, and we saw it in the 50s of the previous century, and we saw it 20 years ago during the LA riots, where major leaders in the African American community came together with major rabbis and leaders in the Jewish community to work through these issues together. And that legacy continues today. When it comes to trauma, when it comes to resilience in community, public safety, public health, to have Israel be part of that solution together with African American leaders is enormously inspiring to me. Bishop Ulmer is such an amazing leader that when he has a vision, he brings it to the fore. And it's so amazing to see this vision come to fruition. We have a project that means something, and it's a project that can start in LA, and like other ideas start in California, they will move to the rest of the country.
I was pastor of our city's oldest black church, First African Methodist Episcopal Church, First ME, or FAME as it came to be called. We became a center of communication, working to recover and to restore. We had a coalition with Jewish Temple Isaiah, and we worked together on Skid Row. We worked together in feeding. We worked together in clothing. We worked together in pursuit of jobs for those who were seeking jobs. And the relationship between the black community and the rabbinic community continues to this point. We can use the Jewish model because here are a people who demonstrate God's dialectic, how God takes the thing working against you and makes it work for you.
So I'm really excited about this project, about the Ulmer Institute. I'm very, very excited about the fact that we can work together, and that I'm not the only one. There are many people in the Jewish community, from the average congregant to people who are in positions of authority and people who are in positions that can help drive this concept. You need people who can, not just one person ignites the fire, and then you have to keep feeding it. 50 years from now, I want my grandchildren, who will have grandchildren, God blesses them with long life, and I'll have left some legacy. I want the legacy to be my grandfather or my great-grandfather worked on this project, which helped to make the world a better place, and that the black community and the Jewish community became closer together in Los Angeles and then radiated out throughout this country. And it was a beacon of light to the world, Or LaGoyim, a light unto all nations, to see that people in this country did not think of others in terms of politics, color, or religion. They saw them as people, and they worked together towards a common goal of making our world, the world of Westwood and Bel Air and Encino and North Hollywood and Inglewood and Compton and South Los Angeles and East Los Angeles and all these other places all together. And if this can be the model for a Gan Eden, a Garden of Eden on earth, wow.
The Ulmer Institute, I believe, is going to become a model of partnership between the Jewish community and the African American community. It has that potential because it's using the right ingredients. Both can help each other. And that's why it's so precious. We have often talked about members of our congregation who have hit hard times. That's what he's concerned about. He's concerned about the woman whose husband has left her in a moment of rage. And he's worried about the safety of the family, and he talks about this to me. You know, a man who could do anything in the world. He could be a wonderful businessman. He could be, and he was a broadcaster, and he's extremely talented. And he's decided to spend his life devoted to helping those who need it most. And that's very impressive to me, very impressive. So when we talk, quite often we're talking about these issues of people who need us most. And that's what's most impressive. He's become a very, very good friend.
Tonight is a stop on a journey that began over 20 years ago. My first trip to Israel literally changed my life. I was amazed at the connection that I felt, the connection of my past, the connection of my spirituality, but also my connection to a people and a place called Israel. It was through my friend Rabbi Muskin that I came in contact with an organization called AIPAC. And through that relationship, I was led to go to Israel, this time with a group of men. And I gathered pastors from different parts of the country. When we went to Israel, many of them had never been. And through that trip, I was exposed to a very unique organization with a very unique mission. It was the mission of healing the hidden hurts of trauma, of PTSD, of the outcome and the results, the collateral damage, if you will. And yet there was the revelation of such a resilience, a strength in this people. I saw the possibility of lives being turned around and lives being healed. But as I listened and listened and listened, it dawned on me, I live in this context every day. When I returned, I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but wasn't quite clear how to do it. I knew where I wanted to go, didn't know how to get there. One of the first things that I did was reach out to an old friend of mine, David Siegel at the Israeli Consulate, who is one of our sponsors here tonight. And we began to talk, and I shared, we talked and I shared, we talked and I shared. And David was reminded that he was involved with bringing Dr. Eyal Fruchter. And David remembered that Dr. Eyal Fruchter, one of the foremost psychologists in Israel, was here in Los Angeles lecturing at USC. And this connection and this relationship began to grow, and I met with Eyal. I fell in love with him. And we began to put our minds together and found that we were both on the same wavelength, with the same passions, with the same desires of not only, again, healing hidden hurts, but bringing together the resources of two communities with a like passion and meeting on the common ground of let's make this a better place. It is this man that we celebrate tonight. It is this partnership that we celebrate tonight. It is the potential of the power of healing hidden hurts that brings us here tonight.